Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to another episode of Miraculous Rundown, where I, Shady Doorags, run down the episodes of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug, and Cat Noir. And today we're looking at episode 14, I think? Yeah, 14, Princess Fragrance. Now, this episode kind of evens out, because there are some things I hate about this episode, and there are some things that I really love about this episode. So it evens out in the end. It starts with Marinette coming from a Ladybug event, and I kind of like that they have these off-screen Ladybug events, because I actually don't know why. I mean, it's perfectly fine if we follow every single adventure, but I don't know, to me it just feels more real if she has adventures that we don't see. So it starts with that, and she comes out, and Tiki comes out of the earring, and it's revealed that Tiki is sick. And Tiki says she knows a healer. And I'm just getting excited because, like, oh, Tiki knows a healer. That means they're getting into some kind of lore thing. The fact that Tiki knows somebody else other than Marinette. So, Marinette asks Tiki, is it okay to wait until after school to take her to the healer? And this is, like, the first thing that it really got under my skin. Because my paternal instincts kick in when I see Tiki. Like, she's this adorable little thing, and I know I lose man points whenever I say that. But yeah, the fact that Marinette was putting off taking her and getting her better so that she could go to school, like, I get it. Marinette was going to get into trouble, and maybe people were going to ask questions or something like that. But, like, to me, that's not the priority. If your friend is sick, you take them to get better. Like, I could see other superheroes dealing with this dilemma, and they would sacrifice whatever was going on in their life to help their friend. Like, I mean, I suppose you could think of it like a pet, like taking it to a pet to a vet, in which case you might have to wait until after school to do it, but I don't know. I see Tiki as a person, and the fact that Marinette said, hey, I know you're sick, and you know, people kind of die from being sick, but to wait till after school, that seemed, I'm not going to say selfish, because it's not like she wanted to go to school for anything, but it seemed like something a superhero would do. It seemed like a very not selfless act, and I didn't like it. I did not like that. So they get to school, and Chloe, or not Chloe, but everybody is talking about this prince, and Rose, whose name I only know because it's so easy to say, but Rose is like geeking out over this, not necessarily geeking out, she's entranced by this Prince Ali. Really, guys, you couldn't come up with a better name? That's like one of the most famous fictional princes. Like, you could have called him Prince Charming, and it would have had the same eye-rolling effect. Like, just give him a normal name. Just call him Prince Fred. Nobody would have complained. But, I don't know, I might have complained, actually. But yeah, she's obsessed with this Prince Ali who's going on tour, and she wants to give him a letter that she sprays with perfume, and she gives it to Chloe. And this, I just facepalm myself. I'm like, why would you give it to Chloe? See, this is the problem. I'm pretty sure I've said this a lot of times, but I'm going to say it again. This is the problem with Chloe being mean to everyone. Everyone should know that Chloe is a horrible person. Why would you, if you know Chloe likes the prince and you know she doesn't care about you, give your letter to Chloe? That just made no sense. Now, I'm told that the episodes that I watch are in a different order than how they were released in certain places, but I don't think that excuse works, because Chloe in just about every episode is horrible. Like, at this point in time, everyone should know how horrible Chloe is. So Marinette sees that Adrien is also late. Hit, wink, wink. He's also Cat Noir. And Alia says she should go give her notes. Marinette needs to take Tiki to the healer, though. But Alia insists, and this, again, ticked me off. Like, see, my personal friends know this about me. If I say no, don't ask me again. Marinette should have stood firm her ground. She says that, no, I have something I need to take care of. I know Alia said your excuses don't work on me. She should have been like, no, listen, seriously, I gotta take care of something. Like, you need to have a time when you get serious about something. Like, even Spider-Man has times where he gets serious about something. And, For people who don't read comics, that doesn't even make any sense. But anyway, yeah, she like kind of hesitantly walks up to Adrian. She trips, drops freaking Tiki. Like, this is ticking me off because I'm not seeing just another character. I'm seeing like a little baby thing getting thrown around who is sick. Chloe picks it up and says she's going to give it to the prince as a toy. And then Rose, like I said, she gives her the letter. Chloe rips it up and, you know, does the Chloe laugh. And Rose gets targeted by Hawkmoth. Never, ever make Rose a villain again. Ever. Her voice is so annoying. I could not believe when she turned into Princess Fragrance how annoying her voice was. Just, I don't know why. Like, it's the same freaking voice actress, but something they did after she transformed, some way they were presenting their voice, I just could not stand it. Every time she talked, I just wanted her to just not. So, Marinette is chasing after Chloe because Chloe has Tiki, and Princess Fragrance is chasing after the prince, and since Chloe's going to the prince, they're gonna be in the same place. So, pretty much, they meet up at the wherever they're at, some hotel. And Marinette actually does a lot of interesting things. She has to sneak into the hotel. She does it as a pizza guy, which was, I don't know, it seemed really stupid, but it's not something I want to complain about. It's just something that wasn't for me, how she sneaked in as a pizza guy. And when she gets there, she sees Princess Fragrance doing all this evil stuff, and she has to stop her, but she can't do it as Ladybug. She has to do it as Marinette, which I like. She was doing a lot of creative stuff, and it shows a brave side to Marinette. It shows more so because before I had issues believing that Marinette was Ladybug, because Marinette and Ladybug act very differently, which is why I thought when they became Ladybug, they fused personalities with their Miraculous. But this Marinette, I could see being Ladybug. And it's not the first time she's done it. In the Eve Illustrator, she did it too. She was pretty brave in that one. Yeah, Marinette is a pretty brave character. I don't know if future episodes are going to change my mind about that. But anyway, yeah, she does all that, and that's interesting. Cat Noir shows up, and Cat Noir fights Princess Fragrance by himself, and she captures him. And this is something I'm going to start complaining about. I wasn't complaining about it before because to me it didn't happen enough times to be a complaint, but now it has. The reliance of Cat Noir and Ladybug's relationships, because I've already discussed how Ladybug she's the only one who can contain the evil butterfly thing, the Akuma butterfly. She's the only one who can contain that. So it really seems like it's going for a whole girl power thing with her. But I just tossed that aside and was like, hey, the show is more about Ladybug than it is about Cat Noir. But there have been several instances where Cat Noir is the one, like, getting captured and Ladybug has to save him. And like, they're supposed to both be superheroes. So why is he always the one getting captured? I guess, no. Okay, hold on. Let me be fair. Ladybug has been captured a couple of times. The ones I can think of off the top of my head are Lady Wi-Fi. And that's it. Lady Wi-Fi. But even Lady Wi-Fi doesn't really count because Cat Noir was caught too. Lady Wi-Fi had to let Ladybug go so she could help Cat Noir. Yeah, there's a lot of times where it's Cat Noir gets captured and Ladybug has to help him, or she has to stop the situation by herself. And I'm not really appreciative of that. I'm fine with girl power moments, but can you throw in a guy power moment too to show that there's not really an agenda and it's just part of your show? Like, I think the only time I can remember where Cat Noir was more of a rescuer than he was an equal team member was during Stormy Weather when he had to pull Ladybug using his night vision, which I never mentioned, but I do like that he has night vision. And that was a really cool scene and all, but I think that's like the only time, and even then he wasn't really rescuing her, he was just pulling her along. Like, there's been lots of times, let me think. There's this episode, there is Dark Cupid, there is, there was another one where he was hypnotized. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Dark Cupid. Okay, there was a third time I had on my mind, but I can't remember it. If you can remember, go ahead and tell me in the comments. But, yeah, I feel like the show doesn't see them as equals. And I've been really putting it to the side because I know it's more about Ladybug than it is about Cat Noir. But it's more noticeable in this episode because after Cat Noir gets transformed, he doesn't get back into the fight. Other times, like in Dark Cupid, Ladybug had to save him, but she still needed his help. Oh! The third time was with Copycat. Now I remember. But anyway, Ladybug had to, this time around, like all the other times, Ladybug had to free Cat Noir and then they did it together. This time around, she didn't even need Cat Noir. She just did everything by herself. And it's very noticeable, and I hope that they don't go too far down that route. But anyway, she finally gets Tiki back after chasing everybody. Like, it's very chaotic, this episode. But she finally gets Tiki back, and Tiki says, let's transform to Ladybug now. My sickness can wait. What Tiki did just then, that's what I would expect Ladybug to do with Tiki. Like, Tiki was like, hey, I'll sacrifice my own personal health so we can save others. Like, why didn't Marinette do that before when Tiki was in trouble? That, I see Tiki as having like a heroic kind of personality. And it upset me that Marinette didn't. But Marinette said, no, we gotta get you fixed now, which I agreed with. You know, she's kind of the power. If she's sick, who knows what's gonna happen to you. So they go and get her healed by this Chinese guy. And I'm kind of excited because I'm like, oh, yes, this is gonna be a thing. And he's like, so what kind of cat did you say this was? I'm like, really? You told him it was a cat? Is this not a significant part of the show? Like, I was about to get really ticked off, but then he like hinted that he knew that she had a secret and that she was and like the end screen credits showed him. So he's pretty much I'm pretty sure he's going to be something important related to the show. So that made me happy. We're finally getting into the lore of these people. Freaking finally. But yeah, so Tiki gets healed like instantly. I don't even know how she got sick in the first place. I think Marinette was in the rain, which again would bring about more theories about how becoming Ladybug affects Tiki. But like, after my last one was shot down, I'm kind of scared to come out with any more. Too scared to dive too deep into the show. So anyway, Marinette becomes Ladybug, and she goes and, oh look, the same thing that happened in Lady Wi-Fi happened. Lady Wi-Fi. Freaking Cat Noir is captured, and instead of demanding he hand over the Miraculous, Lady Fragrance she had like a good 15-20 minutes to just be like, Cat Noir, give me your Miraculous. And once again, Hawkmoth is just like, haha, you've captured Cat Noir. Now instead of telling him to give you his Miraculous, we can use him to capture Ladybug. I'm like, come on! Continuity, consistency, please, stick to it. She should have been demanding that he give her his Miraculous. Like, that annoyed me. So, also, there's something else that annoyed me. Not necessarily bad for the episode, but it annoyed the mess out of me. Was every time she turned, because her Lady Fragrance's power is she sprays scents and they can hypnotize people or they just smell. And the hypnotizing, whenever she does it, they treat her like a princess and they listen to whatever she says. A lot like the Mummy's powers, a lot like Dark Cupid's, and a lot like the Knights. Like, a lot of people have that power. It's getting to be less of a cool thing since they keep using it over and over. But yeah, but every time she did it, people would sing, and I thought that this was going to create a creative episode where they sing the entire time. No. First of all, they only sing at your service, Princess Fragrance, and maybe one or two lines, and it's annoying. Like, the first time I was happy because I thought there was going to be songs throughout the episodes, and then when it happened again, I was annoyed. And every time after that, I was super annoyed because it was just annoying. Like, every time Cat Noir was like, I must capture your Miraculous. I'm like, why though? Why is he singing? Like, that wasn't implied throughout anything. Maybe if Rose liked singing or something like that, but they just, I don't know, it kind of just seemed like they did it to make it stand out from the other Akumas who had hypnotizing powers. So just stop using the hypnotizing power. Please, give them something else. Like, okay, so anyway, Ladybug goes to save everybody, and she can do it all by herself because she's Ladybug and not Cat Noir. Something really clever, though. They set this up really good. Earlier in the episode, they were talking about what happens when perfume is exposed to an open flame. Then, after that, but still earlier in the episode, they showed that there was a huge fireworks display system being ready to be activated. Then all of that was how Marinette saved the day. Yes, really good foreshadowing. I loved it. I loved that. I forget where Lucky Charm was, but I wasn't even paying attention to the Lucky Charm because the fact that they used so many things from before to solve the problem at the end. That's how you tell a story. Good job, people. That's probably going to be the thumbnail. Yeah, after all is said and done, Rose and the Prince pretty much elope or something. I don't know. I don't like these happily ever afters, but whatever. The show's not really for me in that regards. I like happily ever afters, but I just like when they're clever. And these aren't clever at all. It's pretty obvious, like at the beginning when you see Rose has a crush on the dude, at the end she's gonna get with the dude. So, anyway, that happens. That happened, and I think I touched on everything, you know. There's a lot of really good stuff in this episode, but there's also a lot of annoying stuff. Some things were bad, some things just annoyed me personally, but, yeah, I have to say it's meh. Like, it's not an episode I would want to go back and rewatch. So, yeah, I have to say overall, it's meh. But we're finally getting into the lore, and I've seen the title of the next episode. So, next time, I got something special for you guys, because the next episode is actually our first two-parter, episodes 15 and 16. So I'm going to be doing something different. It's something I've done before. If you've been a frequent person on my channel, you probably can guess what it is. I've only done it once, though, and I'm going to do it next time for the next episode. So, I will see you guys then. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, ad me to say goodbye.